This is the MMA Takes Podcast. With your host, Brian Petrie.
Ooh, coming at you hot. UFC Orlando picks, baby. I already gave 8 this week. I gave 8 on the Anakin forehand. You've probably seen it. Go check it out. We'll go over those 8. We'll go over more. I'll give you my 3 locks. I'll give you the Slimeball parlay. How we doing? What going on? Man, I got to tell you, listen, you know, I got a lot going on personally with some family stuff like that. Nothing with my girls, nothing with my wife. Just, you know, when the hits keep coming, I've had a hell of a summer with losing some people, and now, I got another thing to deal with, right? But, you know, I'm trying to stay positive, whatever. Doing this helps. Doing this, I fucking love it, you know, whatever. Doing the picks, everything like that. But I got Vegas. I'll be in the building for UFC 282. I got Vegas in almost a week. Today's Wednesday. I leave on the 9th. And I'm just counting down the days. Like anything that just bad happens, I'm so numb to it right now because I'm just like, I'll deal with it after Vegas. Let me get to Vegas and then I'll fucking deal with this real life shit. I'll process it. I'll go through it, whatever. And I'm dealing with it now, but now it's just like, I got Vegas there. Man, I'm so excited for going to Vegas. Just, I mean, the fights are going to be unbelievable. And it's just my kind of town. You know, Bellator's on Friday night. So I've been doing I don't get Bellator picks often. I really don't study the cards all that much. I don't bet Bellator mainly because I don't want to drive twice in Indiana. Now, when January 1st, when Ohio sports betting is legal, I will probably be playing a couple wagers on Bellator. But I've been diving into the Bellator card because Friday night, sitting at the sports book, making that fucking money, you know? So I've been diving in that, and God, my headphones are a little loud. Turn those down a little bit. And then thank you for everyone. We're at 1K, Club 1K. It's exclusive. The most shirts I've ever sold. Now, let me tell you something. I'm not in this for, you know, I want to sell shirts to make money, right? And I've told you before, I am a terrible businessman. I probably, you know, I don't want to take advantage of the people that give me the time of day. You guys. Right? I'm giving 6 shirts out. So by the way, if you commented on that video, I have responded to everyone who won the shirt. So go back there. Someone's already sent me a DM. The shirt's on the way. DM me at Brian Petrie MMA on Twitter or IG. Someone said they couldn't DM me on Twitter. I don't know if my Twitters are open or my DMs are open or not. I'll have to fix that. But either way, or MMA Takes Podcast at gmail.com. If you were one of the lucky winners, 6 people won it. So I want to get those shirts out to you. So thank you for being part of Club 1K. Not many people can say that. It's only 1,000 of you. You know what I mean? That's not a lot in the whole grand scheme of things, but you're part of it. Now, I would have loved to wear my 1K shirt for this episode, but the place to order my shirts from, they're super soft. You know what I mean? Angel soft, like a cloud, but they take forever to ship. They ship out of Virginia. I'm not that far from Virginia. Ordered mine before I did the episode last week. Still haven't got it. I don't even know if it's left Virginia yet, right? Now I know they're on demand, so they print and everything like that, but get to it, okay? Do better. You know what I mean? My dream job is this. This is what I'm going to be the best at in my entire life, would be breaking down fights, being an idiot, talking fights, MMA. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. I'm putting everything into this. This is what I want to do. But if I couldn't do this, or I don't make it, or so forth, the one, and I don't have this job personally. I deliver packages, but my one job that I think I'd be so fucking good at would be running someone's dock, like the shirts I order from Bonfire, or like Muggsy Jeans, a jean company I love. Their shipping is terrible. You get me to run a dock on like a small consumer-based business like that, you're getting your packages lickety-split. Lickety-fucking-split. You know what I mean? It's not that hard to get things out on time. It's just not, okay? Check my eBay record. Your boy ships quick, all right? But thank you for Club 1K. The shirts do take a little bit to come. I want to wear them, but it looks like I'll be rocking it. I'll probably be, if I get it this week or maybe next week, you'll see me in the pot. But I will be rocking it in Vegas. That's definitely making a trip to Vegas. But so the shirts are very, very soft, but they do take a little bit to get to you. So I do apologize. And the one time, Trin Wolf, shout out Trin Wolf. What Trin Daddy? This guy won a shirt last time from me, and I ordered it for him and just forgot about it, right? They don't send me the tracking or anything. And, I just do it on the website. You have your own store or whatever. And he emailed me or DM me maybe like a month or two later and said, hey, man, just let you know I didn't get that shirt. I said, what? Like, I know they're slow, but what the fuck? So I went and I looked, and his size with that garment, that material was sold out. So instead of printing another color or emailing me and saying, hey, black's out of stock or whatever the fuck, you want to do another color or another material, because I go for the super soft. And so anyway, the money thing though, like 48 people have ordered shirts. So 48 people are part of the 1K club. I'm sending 6 out myself. Again, they are print front and back, high quality material, and they wanted me to charge $35 a shirt. I think it was $34.99 to make like whatever profit, right? I said I can't do that, so I bumped it down to 20. It's either 25 or 25.99. I make 14 cents a shirt. So every shirt I sold, 14 cents right in this pocket, baby. We're killing it. All right, let's get to the picks. Thank you for the Club 1K. First fight of the night. Ooh, we got some bangers here. Ladies, this card's fucking jam-packed, by the way. I think there's currently 15 fights. Hopefully none falls out. We got, I literally meant to go pronounce her name. Yasmin Yarigo. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. Debuted, undefeated fighter, action-packed fighter, debuted against Yasmin Lucindo back in August, and it was one of the fights of the night. It was unbelievable, coming from Cabatas, like most Mexican fighters are. And she's fighting Estela Nunes. Kind of looks like, why can't I remember? She's in wrestling now. Shayna Baszler. Ronda Rousey's crony. She looks like her. Estela Nunes does. But Estela Nunes coming in UFC, came in hot. Come in with a little bit of name after ONE FC. Arnie Carnelossi, who's got bigger biceps than me. I don't even know if that's fucking possible. But strapped her up, choked her out third round. And then Sam Hughes beat her. Sam Page got her. Great first round from Nunes. Beginning of the second round was okay. And then off a cliff with her cardio. And if you lose to Sam Page, and I'm sorry, Sam Hughes, I mean, you're about as average as it gets. You're tough, you're durable, but it is what it is. You out tough Nunes. And Yasmin, who I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name again because I'll fucking butcher it. She's a real deal in my opinion. I know she's only got a handful of fights. How many fights? She's got 9 fights. There it is. But she looked really good in the UFC debut and looked aggressive. Her hands look really good. She's got great boxing and overall movement. I'm a little worried about maybe the takedowns and maybe if Nunes wants to mix some things up here, but 0-2 in the UFC. You haven't shown much on the ground. You are a striker. You're going against Yasmin. This is a big number, -325. It's something that, since I am terrible at picking women's MMA fights, I really, at the end of the year review, I am going to, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look up what my MMA women's record is only, right? We're having a pretty decent year right now. Let me actually look at, I keep track of all of it on the papers. What am I picking over the year? So I'm 282 on the good side. 282 over 194. That's what I'm currently am right now. I got 3 picks left. 3 cards left, excuse me. So we're going to try to get to 300 by the end of the year. That'd be pretty nice. But, if you're a math guy, go and do the math and tell me what my percentage is. With that being said, give me Yasmin Uriel. This is a Yanni the Greek play here. This is, he told me if you like the number and you're willing to play it at 1,000, play it at -325, even if you think it's high. So shout out Yanni the Greek. Good guy. Yanni the Greek play here. Give me Yasmin. I'll probably play it. I can tell you right now, first time of the night, she is not in the Slimeball. Flirted with being in the Slimeball. flirted with being in the Slimeball, but not in the Slimeball. So we'll move on here. Fight number 2, Francis Marshall, -170 versus Marcelo Rojo. Now that, +145. So these lines are obviously moving a little bit. I got these lines yesterday, built the graphics, all that stuff yesterday. And lines are moving, babe. Lines are moving, but this is what I got yesterday. So you kind of get the same ballpark. Francis Fire Marshall. I mean, he's a fireman. His last name is Marshall. That's fucking clever. I call that wordplay. That's clever. 23 years old, coming out of the Contender Series, look pretty goddamn good. Marcelo Rojo, he does the T-Rex when he knocks people out. Hasn't fucking knocked anybody out in the UFC yet. Following Brandon Moreno around like a lost puppy. What are we leaving Tijuana and going to Vegas or Arizona? Now we're in fucking Kansas City. Hasn't really shown much. And this line, I believe, is dropped. I believe Francis is now like a -155 on DraftKings. I'm all over Francis Fire Marshall here. I mean, I know you're breaking one of Christian's, my guy's, cardinal rules. You don't play a young kid coming off the Contender Series, and you don't play him for keeps. You don't play him a lot, but I just think that what he showed with grappling, striking, coming from Kurt Pellegrino's camp, which Kurt Pellegrino wasn't, he wasn't championship level, but he was a dog in there. Great jiu-jitsu, seems like a good coach. This kid, 23 years old, has his shit together, in my opinion. I think he's going to go out there. He's going to obviously avoid Rojo's big stand-up, big power, but Rojo gets fucked up a lot. And on the ground, I think he's a fish out of water. Give me Francis Fire Marshall. I'm pretty confident in this pick as well. This could be a Slimeball candidate. It is a Slimeball candidate. I don't know if he's going to make it. I actually got quite a few. Yasmin's one, but I already told you she's not in it. And then Francis is one. I like a prop here too. I like him maybe by submission as well. Rojo gets submitted quite a bit. Francis is good on the ground, has a lot of submissions outside the UFC. He fought a really tough guy in his UFC debut, or excuse me, the Contender Series. Fought a really tough guy. Great fight, and he looked fantastic. Won a decision, but looked really good in a decision win. Give me Fire Marshall because he's got the wordplay. Jersey kid. I'm breaking all the rules, going all in on the Contender Series, and he's 23 years old. I'm breaking my own rule, but we're doing it. All right, next up, Darren the Damage Elkins. Look at this fucking guy. Look at that tattoo. Golly. +360 versus Jonathan Pierce, -450. Both these guys clearly have horrible tattoos. So the damage on his chest is awful. And this weird minus sign, whatever, I don't know what that is on Jonathan Pierce's chest. What I do know is I am an aficionado of tattoos. I do have several tattoos. That is a perfect circle. Whoever did this guy's tattoo, that's a perfect circle. Congratulations. Even though it's a dumb tattoo, it's a fucking perfect circle. I couldn't do that with $1 million in line. I couldn't make a perfect circle, let alone tattoo one. So you got the Elkins, you got the Damage coming in here. Did I miss a fight? Fuck, I forgot to add a fight. Yeah, hold on. Hang on. Your boy messed up. What? Here we go. Your boy messed up. I think I missed one here. We'll go this fight now. I'm jumping around. Did I miss? 2, 1, 2. Huh? What did I miss? Fuck. This is why you iron things out. So we're actually gonna go to this fight first. And I think I'm missing another one here. God damn you, Brian. All right, here we go. All right, sorry about that. Rewind. If I was a professional, I would edit the audio, edit that mistake out, but we're keeping it in, baby. Natan Levy versus Gennaro Valdez. Levy -180, Valdez +145. Listen, I'm going dog here. I ain't burying the lead. Valdez is a guy that's going to come out and he's kill or be killed. Natan Levy has not done it for me in the UFC yet. He has just looked average as average gets. And, he's been rattled before. He's a good grappler. He's a good striker. What is he? What does he want to be, right? He's in Vegas. He's training with good people. People like him. I think he's good in the room. This is a risky play. I don't love this dog shot here, but going to take it. I'm going to take it. Valdez has some really, really good power. Decent little record, 10-1. He's fought some okay competition, not the highest level of competition, but, it's expected for a guy kind of coming in his early UFC days. So I think it's a clip Levy, excuse me. And I think it's going to be one of those fights where Levy's going to clinch, put him on the cage, try to take him down, and just smother him when a fight. Levy, whatever the fuck, he gets tired almost every fight he's in. So I think he's going to fade. I think he's going to gas. And I think it's going to be motherfucking curtains for him. I don't know if it's gonna be a knockout. Valdez doesn't really strike me as a guy who has elite cardio, and I don't know if he can carry that power into the third round. This is going to be a clinch your butthole type of fight if you take Valdez, which I probably will because I thrive in those situations. Little sprinkle, no parlays, take Valdez. I wouldn't touch any props. You can touch a KO prop. I don't know, but plus 145 is a decent little number. Give me Valdez. A little dog shot here.
Hello? Okay, this is dog.
Okay, that's a dog. I've been searching for a new dog soundbite, and they're actually really hard to come by. They're not as, and I'm not going to go through and watch Dog the Bounty Hunter things and then pause it and then fucking record it. That's too much. But there's not a lot that kind of fits. So that's kind of what we got. I think it's so funny how that idiot answers the phone. All right, next up, fight 4, Tracy Cortez versus Amanda Ribas. Ooh, couple pretty ladies that will bite your face off. Cortez plus 100. Ribas minus 120 on DraftKings right before I got on. I believe this is a straight pick of minus 110 on both sides. Love this fight for both women. Ribas was supposed to be the next big star. She dog walked Dern up and down, lost a weird split decision. But I think she's a legit fighter. I think her chin might be a little bit of an issue. She's been knocked out twice already in a young career. Not got to worry about that, Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez is a grappler, a pressure fighter. Her striking isn't world class. It's very pushy. She's obviously mainly a boxer, wants to get you to the ground. I think Ribas fought a style in Vina Jandiroba, which is going to prepare for Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez, Brian Ortega, lady. That's his lady. Power couple, beautiful couple, right? But I like Ribas here. I gave this pick on Anakin Florian. I haven't wavered. I think Ribas by decision is a really good play. It's a pick'em number. I love pick'em fights. And I think you got to rock with Ribas here. I think she's a more experienced, talented fighter. I think, Cortez is a little bit of a specialist where she wants to get you down and wrestle you and just kind of decision. She's not really a finisher. She hasn't finished anybody in the UFC yet. Not a ton of finishers outside the UFC. Really good win over Aaron Blanchfield. But if you watch that fight, a lot of people don't think she won. A lot of people think Aaron Blanchfield won. But that's a good fucking skull to have on your resume. So I think Ribas in this camp knew, okay, listen, this girl's going to take me down. She's going to smother me. I got to either be incredibly active off my back or get up. A lot of Brazilians, right? They love playing that guard game because they got jiu-jitsu. But they got to get up after. Michael Bisping said it best. You try a couple of your go-tos. Arm bars, this and that. If you're not world class, if you're not Charles Oliveira, you're not Damian Maia off your back, you try a couple, then you get up, right? And hopefully Ribas does it. I see Cortez, not running out of gas, but definitely slowing down to the point where I think in the third round, Ribas is going to be stuffing all her takedowns and lighting her up on the feet here. So I like Ribas by decision. Very close fight. Definitely do not put this in a parlay. Do not put this in a parlay because holy shit, this could be another butt clincher here because this is gonna be a close fight. I think really we got to get some good judges. We got to get some good judges on this fight. It's the only way it works. Now we're to the Darren Elkins fight. The damage plus 360. Jonathan Pierce minus 450. Listen, the damage it is what it is. He's taking enough damage. The guy just had, it's admirable, right? To a point, and then to a point, it gets a little sad. Like, I don't want to see this guy take any more shots. I just don't want to see it. You know what I mean? And it's just to the point where, even if he wins, his post-fight interviews are slow. It's like he's on a delay. He's been doing this a long time. Jonathan Pierce, though, is a kind of a good matchup for Darren Elkins in a way, where Darren Elkins is a good grappler. Very hard to submit. He's crafty on the ground. He's a good wrestler. Jonathan Pierce, that's what he does. He takes you down, he mauls you. And John Ann thinks Jonathan Pierce has championship ceiling. I don't know if I see that myself, but John Yannick's the best. So maybe he's right. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just don't know if I see it because the Joe Lozon fight really still just bad taste in my mouth when he gets absolutely butchered by Joe Lozon. But I'm going to go Pierce here. Square pick, non-sexy pick. I can't go with Elkins. I mean, Elkins could pull out another fucking war and win it with blood and guts and all this shit, but I don't know. I don't really want to see it. I'm a savage, but not when it comes to that. I don't want to see it. Give me Jonathan Pierce. This fight's fucking break my brain. Michael Johnson plus 230 versus Mark DeCasey. D1 DeCasey. Wrestler DeCasey. Fucking Ben Askren to Casey, minus 275. So when Michael Johnson first started MMA, he was a wrestler. He had really good grappling. And then he developed, well, not developed, but he had really good power. And then he started knocking people out. And then he started getting away from the wrestling. And then people started exposing his defensive wrestling. And he's coming off a weird loss where I thought he won. Was that the Jamie Malarkey fight where I thought he won? I believe it was. Yeah, Jamie Malarkey split decision. He looked great against Alan Patrick after taking a year off. And then I thought he beat Jamie Malarkey. He fucking pieced him up. You get to Casey here, who's actually a really good stand-up fighter as well. But he's just been mauling people on the ground. He's just been taking them down. And, you know, his first fight against Slava Klaus when he wrestled, I'm like, yeah, okay, Slava, I could take, my 5-year-old daughter could take Slava down. And then all of a sudden he starts doing it to a lot more people. And I'm like, oh, this dude's like really working himself. He's fit, right? That's what they say in England, fit. So he's in shape. So this is breaking my brain because I always go Michael Johnson. I just think he always has those intangibles to win. I think he can knock you out. I think he's quick, his footwork is good, so he can stop some takedowns. But the problem is the case he can strike. He's not just only a wrestler. This guy is quickly becoming a dangerous fighter and a hard puzzle to solve because he can strike. Has to be careful getting in because Johnson does have that powerful left hand, but I'm going to go Casey here. Minus 275 is a price I'm not willing to pay, not willing to parlay it. By decision is probably my guess. I don't know if he's going to be able to finish Michael Johnson unless Michael Johnson gets completely frustrated by the third round because this guy's just hanging on his legs, kind of like the Khabib fight. He could just be like, fuck it, TKO me, I want out. I don't know. Mentally, Michael Johnson sometimes can get a little shaky. Give me the Casey here. It hurts my soul picking against Michael Johnson because this guy is, he can get it done. He's good, but it's like what is he? What's his record? Fucking 20-18. That's insane. He's a better fighter than 20-18. Unbelievable. Give me Clay Guida plus 130 versus Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman. So I was on Holtzman early in the week. And then John Anik informed me on the John Anik podcast, the Anik Informing podcast, that Holtzman, this is his last fight. This is a retirement fight he's done. Give me Clay Guida. Give me the dog.
Hello? Okay, this is dog.
I can't go against a guy who's 1 foot out. And this is a bad matchup for Holtzman. Holtzman's a great striker. Well, good striker. He's got some spin and shit. He's powerful. He's built like that. You know what I mean? But wrestling has been a problem when grappling's been a problem. Now, Clay's like 50 fucking 100 years old, right? But the guy can still get it done wrestling. His boxing is improved that he can close the distance and get in on your legs, right? Cardio's still elite, and he's doing so much grappling outside of MMA. If you look at his topology, there's a lot of grappling matches on there. Win, lose, or draw, he's getting the rounds in on the mat, which tells me that's what he wants to do here against a striker like Holtzman. Take him down, possibly submit him. Clay doesn't get a ton of finishes by submission anymore. I could see maybe a rear naked choke, guillotine later in the fight, but give me Clay, give me the dog, give me decision. Probably won't jump on a prop for this fight. I'll just probably take the dog and be happy with the dog money here. I just can't take a guy 1 foot out. You can't have 1 foot out in MMA. You just can't. And I won't bet it. I refuse it. All right, next up, Angela Hill, plus 110 versus Emily Ducote, minus 130. Good fight for both females. Ducote debuted, looked great in her debut. 12-6. How old is she? She's young, right? 26. I mean, she's right there. 4-4 in Bellator, 1-0 in the UFC. Beat Jessica Panay. She got wins over Daniel Taylor and Kamaka Murata was a loss, by the way. That was back in Bellator. But she looked good against Jessica Panay. Jessica Panay is also 40-something years old. Angela Hill, plus 110. Angela Hill, I'm addicted to one thing, and that's Angela Hill's dog money. So I'm going to go dog again here.
Dog.
Hello, there's that dog. I like Angela Hill in this spot. Angela Hill is really rounding out. Her biggest issue in her career has been, I think, obviously, takedown offense and on the ground, and on the ground awareness. She's fixing that. She's fixing those mistakes. Her takedown offense is getting better, but she's getting better off her back and getting up. That's what's most important. Her fight IQ sometimes a little shaky. That's why she has all these split decisions that she could win or what. There's some things every time she fights, there's like one little thing that she could have done differently or one little thing, this and that. It is what it is. But give me Hill here at plus 110. This line's going to move, I think, Angela Hill could maybe catch an armbar off the back if Ducote wants to take her down. If it's a striking match, I like Angela Hill. Or Thai boxing is very great. Good in the clinch, good with kicks. I'm all over Angela Hill in this fight. All over her. Nico Price minus 140 versus Philip Rowe plus 120. Fight I picked on the Anakin Florian. I think the rest of these are probably ones I picked on Anakin Florian. So again, I'm going to maybe be repetitive. I apologize. Went Nico Price here. Had Phil Rowe written down. Crossed him out. Went Nico Price. Can he pick Phil Rowe? I didn't cross him out because of that. I crossed him out before I did the show. I went back and watched Phil Rowe's Gabe Green fight, right? UFC debut. Look in the Contender Series, knocked out that, the brother of the guy who are the, I can't remember his name. But he got outmanned, outgrinded, just paced by Gabe Green. Now, it was a while ago. Phil settled in. He's got 2 wins in UFC, 2 finishes. But Nico Price is a different cat. Look how this guy's built, right? Look at his shoulders. He got Dwight Howard fucking frame, wide-ass shoulders. Guy's got 6 kids, so he's constantly fucking cardio elite. And he's been off for a little bit. He's rejuvenated. My biggest problem with Nico is his chin's been a little because defensively he's pretty weak. Phil Rowe's got that length, got that size, but I feel like he's a little hesitant to throw. This is going to be very dangerous, I think, in round 1 for Nico Price. Maybe early on in round 2, but when Nico sets that pace of clinch, beat you up in the clinch, slow you down, because that's another thing with Phil Rowe in that Gabe Green fight. He fell off a cliff cardio-wise. Haven't really seen much of that lately, but it's been there. We've seen it at least once. This is only his 4th UFC fight. He's 2-1 in the UFC. Nico Price has 15 fights, right? So I see Nico just grinding on him, mixing things up. Another guy, Phil Rowe, like Clay Guida, we mentioned earlier. This guy has been doing a lot of grappling outside the UFC, and win, lose, or draw, he's fighting, grappling really good guys, getting good experience. But I just think Nico Price, again, not a big submission threat in my opinion, but he's big, he's strong, he's gonna lay on you, he's gonna pound you, he's gonna ground and pound, he's gonna probably try to squeak out a decision here. I think that's where we're gonna go with here. Nico Price. This is actually where I would play Nico Price by decision only. Get your money back if he doesn't win by decision because, or whatever that deal is they offer. I've actually never really played it too much, but I see people do it. Give me Nico Price. Give me a decision. I like that spot right there. Interesting fight. I don't know how to read that fight. That fight is weird to me. If you see on the screen here, I didn't put Eric Anders' name. I put ya boy because ya boy is fighting. That's one of the best nicknames. Your boy Eric Anders plus 170 versus Kyle Dawkins minus 200. This line's moving. I believe Dawkins is 220-ish. So I picked Dawkins. And I was confident on the Anakin Florian podcast. And now that it's Wednesday, I did that on Monday. Now that it's Wednesday, I'm even more confident. Excuse me. I just think Kyle Dawkins he's coming off a knockout loss over Rumah Elite. Been kind of up and down the UFC, but he's coming from a good camp. I think he has good skills. I think his striking is awkward enough that it's going to give Eric Anders problems. But this is more of a pick because Anders has looked so bad. The Iron Turtle fight was so boring and just blah, 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 blah. I hated it, right? And he thought he won. I rode with him. I was like, are we squeaking this out? So glad we didn't. That's one of the times I'm like, get rid of my money because it was just a bad performance. What kind of fighter does he want to be? Does he want to be the knockout guy that he was when he joined the UFC? Does he want to be a grappler that he's not really equipped to be? Like, what does he want to be? He's still trying to figure it out. And I think Kyle Dawkins is pretty well-rounded. I think he's an awkward guy. I think he's really good striking, really good grappling, offensively and defensively. He can reverse you. Anders does get a takedown. I think Kyle Dawkins is going to be plenty fine there. Hopefully he doesn't play the guard game too much and tries to reverse him and get him on top because Eric Anders' jiu-jitsu is not top-notch. I like Kyle Dawkins here. He is going to be a Slimeball candidate as well. I like him by decision or possibly submission. Probably not going to touch a prop. I won't prop shot for this one, but I like Kyle Dawkins. And the more I thought about it, this is the fight I keep coming back to and thinking about a lot because the other two parts of my Slimeball I love. And this is one that I really had to center in on. And the more I think about it, I just think Anders could possibly win a crazy fucking split decision, some bad judging, or he could clip Dawkins because Dawkins is rattled possibly by getting knocked out for the first time his last time out, right? It might be hard to shake that for him, but he's Philly tough. You know what I mean? Those Philly guys, he's probably been knocked out by his brother before. So we're all right. Give me Kyle Dawkins in that, and I'm more confident now. Look at this fight. Look at this fucking fight. Jack Hermanson -160. Roman Dolidze. This guy. Hot. I said hot inside and outside the cage. This guy's fucking outside the cage, getting every bad bitch you can imagine. They're moving the goddamn Georgia for him. They're leaving California. They're leaving Vegas to go to Georgia. I've never been to Georgia. I'm sure it's a beautiful country. The one thing I do know about Georgia, it gets cold, right? They're moving there for this guy. You know what I mean? This guy's got it. Coming off of 2 knockout losses, one over Phil Halls, one over Kyle Dawkins, taking this fight on short notice against a highly ranked, highly good Jack Hermanson. Now, this fight gives me pause because Jack Hermanson looked really good against my guy Chris Curtis. He's really good lateral movement. Chris wasn't cutting the cage off properly, was kind of falling a lot, wanted these exchanges, obviously got frustrated. Jack fought his really good fight, boxed him up. When Chris did get in range, the boxing exchanges, Jack turtled up really well and just didn't let him do that. The problem is Roman Dolidze does not have the boxing Chris Curtis does, nor does I think he have the footwork, but he's huge. Chris is not the biggest guy at 85. Jack is pretty big. Dolidze is a thick boy, could fight at 205. And he's going to be marching forward like a freight train, not worried too much about Jack's boxing because Dolidze, even though he doesn't have the cleanest technique, has power and he throws counters quick and powerful. And they come from weird angles, so you got to be careful. So when Dolidze is going forward, I see Jack retreating, possibly going side to side, and I just don't see him throwing enough. And the Dolidze does want to get close, does want to clinch, and I think the grappling is going to be interesting because Hermanson is a very good grappler, and Dolidze is a pretty accomplished grappler himself. He's actually very good He's good on top, not very good. He's good on top. But I think Dolidze wants it in the clinch, dirty clinch. Hermanson is a big, strong guy. Great fight. Hermanson's been hurt before, but give me the dog. Dog lock. Dog lock. Lock it up. Roman Dolidze, my dog lock. Taking a short notice. I am a little worried about the cardio because you're a big boy. This isn't a catchweight fight, is it? Let me look at my paper here. It is not 185. Okay. Yeah, so give me Roman Dolidze there. I think he could catch him. I think there's value on knockout because he's coming off 2 knockout wins. He's powerful. When he hits you, he hurts you. He put Phil Halls, I think, is still asleep. Phil Hall, maybe he just woke up for Thanksgiving. Yeah, give me Dolidze. I don't know how. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but we're gonna ride with the dog there. Tai Tuivasa plus 165 versus Sergey Pavlovich -195. So I've really turned a corner on Tai. I used to not like him. I still don't love a shoey. Like, I don't mind drinking beer out of a shoe, but why do you got to spit in it? Or why do you got to let other people spit in it? I say this every time. Ugh. But Tai's turned a corner on me. I think he's a better fighter than I've ever given him credit for. He's explosive. He's durable. He's powerful, athletic. Biggest issue, I still think there's a lot of holes. I think there's questions with his ground game. I think there's questions with his cardio. And, he's got a whole camp now centered around him, which I think is good. He looks lean this week. I saw a picture of him doing like a shoey from the side profile, which is not a good look for bigger guys. Trust me. He looked good. Pavlovich, though, this fucking guy, it's just, the 84-inch reach that I brought up on Anakin Florian. Crazy long arms, powerful guy, 4-1, 5-1 in the UFC, all first-round finishes. He's going to jump on you. He's going to jump on you early, right? And Tai's coming off a beating from Gane. I wish he would have sat a little bit more before jumping into this fight, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I like Sergey here. I'm not going to put him in a Slimeball. I was very confident on the Anakin Florian, and I still am confident, but I can't put him in a Slimeball parlay because it's heavyweights, and Tai does have that fucking power, that explosive power. And Kenny nailed it. Kenny's like, Tai's most dangerous when he gets hurt, and Sergey's going to hurt him. He's going to buzz him, and he might run into something, So, but with those long ass arms, I don't know. The lines moved a little bit. It was 180 on Monday. Now it's 195 as of yesterday. It's probably bouncing around, but I'm going to go Sergey here. I'm going to go the Russian Polar Bear. Probably by knockout. I think that's an easy pick. I think that's not going to be maybe a great plus number. This could be a parlay piece if you feel a little more confident than me, but unfortunately I'm a little bitch. I ain't put my nuts on the table for this one just because heavyweights scare me. All right, next up, you got Matthias Nicolau, minus 365 versus Matt Danger Snell, plus 300. This line's moving as well. Oh, by the way, I completely butchered this, but Pavlovich is going to send him home. So I do think he's going to win by knockout. So send him home, Pavlovich. That's the easiest bet in the world. You can make that bet under. Just go under whatever, 1.5. I think it's going to be under no matter what. So lock of the century for that one. Match Snell versus Matthias Nicolau. Nick, I had a great breakdown of this. I don't know what I didn't have any of that written down. I just kind of went with it with the whole, this, I put it on my Instagram and stuff like that. I don't know where that came from, but it's true. Nicolau doesn't do it for me. Seen him fight live. I've seen him beat really good guys, but I don't know what it is. I don't know why I don't think he's that good. And Matt Snell, both these guys are very similar, right? Matt Snell has some chin problems. Matthias Nicolau had chin problems early in his career. He's on this great run right now, and he hasn't had chin problems, but he has had chin problems. Both are just really good. Matt Snell, though, is a finisher. Nicolau is not. I think you go Matt Snell here, which is my pick, plus 300. And this line, again, is subject to change, moving. And then you hedge out by Nicolau by finish, because that's going to be a good number because he doesn't finish. Snell's chin isn't it's never really been good. And I think Nicolau could catch him late if Snell, because Michelle gets hurt like in every fight. But plus 300, you can hedge out with that. I mean, I think that's the play here. I'm going to go Matt Snell, though, as a dog play and hope for the best. All right, co-main event, RDA, minus 540 versus Brian Barberena, plus 420. So all you potheads, dive in on plus 420. You know what I mean? Smoke them if you got them. Listen, this is a mortal lock of the century. I mean,
are you kidding me with this?
I don't know what I'm seeing here. I disrespect Brian Barberena quite a bit. I pick against him quite a bit. I don't think he's all that good. I think he's tough. I think his striking is unique. But he just outlasts guys, right? Because he can take shots. RDA is not going to do the Robbie Lawler, slang him and bang him. RDA is quick. He's fast. And he's going to mix it up. I have RDA here every which way. He's in the Slimeball parlay. RDA, by submission, by knockout, I think he's getting a finish here. RDA, I know he's coming back up to 70. He has now said he's not going back to 55. But if RDA doesn't get a finish here, then we got a problem. I mean, listen, Brian Barberena is very, very tough. But when you got a hold of someone's fucking neck or arm, well, listen, Brian Barberena probably let his arm break. But you get a hold of someone's neck, you're as tough as you can get, but you're going to go out. I see RDA here getting this done, and I got to give it for Christian because he loves when I pronounce RDA's real name. My pick is, and he's my mortal lock, is Rafael dos Anjos. So there it is, Christian. You're welcome. All right, main event. This fight, really tough fight. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, plus 120 versus Kevin Holland, minus 140. Line, I'm moving. So Kenny and I were split. I had Holland. He had Thompson. I base my breakdown on Thompson's age, the miles that he has, right? Got a little bit of miles on him. But he's still an elite striker. And Kevin Holland is a good striker who has that killer instinct. Stephen Thompson hasn't had a finish in 2016, right? When he knocked out Johnny Hendricks. Stephen Thompson has looked really good against strikers, except recently Anthony Pettis, where he was teeing him up, but he got knocked out, right? But he looked good against Jeff Neal. He looked good against Darren Till. Very, very competitive fight. This is probably going to remind me a little bit of the Darren Till fight, where they're both going to respect each other enough on the feet that we're not going to get a ton of action in the beginning. I think Kevin Holland is going to maybe want to wrestle. And I still think his mind is a little whatever, because they asked him about the retirement. He said, I might retire on Sunday. I don't know, blah, blah. I don't love that going into this fight. Stephen Thompson's 39, going to be 40 in February. And I don't think he's sniffing retirement. This guy wants to fight till forever, right? Still looks good. Still looks young. Wouldn't know that he's almost 40, but he is. And he's got a lot of miles on him with the kickboxing world. So I have flipped back in my head back and forth on this fight. This is going to be a pass for me. I'm picking Holland for the record. My pick is Holland. But I have flipped so much. I have sometimes in my dumb fucking addicted brain, I go, all right, you need a winner for the main event. You need a winner for the main event. I feel like I always have to bet the main event. I don't, right? And this is the one where I don't have the best lean. I don't know. So I'm going Holland. I'm going my first instinct, but I have flipped back and forth quite a bit because Thompson, he's good. He's a fucking good fighter. He's a good fighter. So give me Kevin Holland. All right. Keep it short and sweet here. I smell my wife making dinner, breakfast for dinner. Brenner. We're having Brenner tonight, folks. I mean, you know I have Brenner every night. All right, Slimeball parlay. It's a good one. Not as juicy as I would like, but it's a good one. There it is for the people watching. We got Francis Fire Marshall, which Christian is going to be mad about. We got RDA, the mortal lock of the century. Then we got Kyle Dawkins, plus 185. You can add to this. This is just a base. This is what I would be playing. You can add Yasmin Uriel, or how you pronounce the name. You can add Sergey. You can add whoever you want. But this is my base right here. This is a safe play. I think this is going to win. We're 2 weeks in row for winners. Plus 185. Juicy fucking number, babe. I'm out of it. All right, that's it. That's the show. Again, thank you for all the subs. You guys are incredible. Club 1K is popping because it's exclusive. And yeah, follow me on all social media at Brian Petrie MMA on IG, on Twitters. Let's go. And by the way, if you want a shirt, I comment it, hit me up. I want to send you a shirt. Give me your sizes, address, all that good shit.